Well, the entrance to the resort isn't actually overly that inspiring. In fact, you wouldn't realise what's behind the wall. I'll show you the facilities in just a moment, but first, it's time to check in to my room, which is just down these stairs. Come on. There's always loads of stairs to stay in any of these hotels. Now, what's really interesting is that these are all rooms that were once in caves, and what they did is basically kind of carve them out a little bit more to make them a little bit bigger. But most of the rooms that you see in this hotel are original cave houses. Look at the view you get. Greece is having a heat wave at the moment. Santorini never gets overly that hot, but it is still 37 degrees today. So I'm gonna get inside and get in the air conditioning. So I haven't really told you about the room that I've actually booked. I was going to go for the honeymoon suite, but I thought that'd be a bit weird being on my own. So I decided to go up a level from the honeymoon suite and take a pool suite. And most hotels in Santorini have plunge pools, and their little pool suites are quite small. This, however, is quite big. Before I go inside, you have to see this pool. It's an infinity pool with one hell of a view. Wow, I'm lost for words. This is incredible. And it's all for me. So a sunbed out here, a couple of chairs. I don't know if the camera shows just how big this pool is. It's not a plunge pool. This is like a proper swimming pool going on here, an infinity one. Now, the only downside is the sun's going to set over there, so this will be in shade a little bit later, but I guess if I stick to the corner, I'll see what it's like. I'll jump in there in a minute. A little bit of a canopy here, but I need to show you the room. Check this out. Wow. I just love how white everything is and how clean. I know it sounds stupid, obviously it's white marble, but it also smells absolutely amazing. And there's my own pool view. The biggest TV like ever. Starting down here, I've got some towels for the pool, even some flip-flops like it. Somewhere to put my case. Oh, I tell you, it is so hot out there. I've had to turn the AC onto 16 degrees. So, a couple of nice little bits of reading material. There's also a menu for the spa that they have here. And there's so many massages. Just looking at the price at some of these massages, for 55 minutes, we're looking at 190 euros for a massage. I think I'll probably leave that. By the way, I will come to the price at the end. You may be shocked. You'll also be shocked at the bathroom, which I'll show you in a second. Honestly, I feel so bad sitting on here because it's so pristine. I don't want to mess anything up. So now everything is tech. You can see QR codes all over this cube. So there's a QR code for room service, room directory, a QR code for the spa, a QR code to find out more about the island, in-room dining, front reception, their social media.
Let me go ahead and stop the video real quickly. This is Greece, Santorini. Whew, this place is beautiful. So $1,500 it costs that guy to go there for one day. I need y'all to stop wasting your time, get your monies together. This is an experience of a lifetime where you go to Greece and you enjoy it, but I do like that the room has a pool literally inside, meaning you open the door, there's a pool right there. It looks like a lot of the food is good. I like the fact that when you're at the restaurant, they definitely do have your name memorized and they use names. So that's one thing when you're in customer service, when you use somebody's name usage is very, very important. A lot of people like that. And the view is magnificent. That shower head, I think it's got about like 3 showers in there. He says you can fit at least 10 people in it. That's just beautiful and diabolical. Always remember, once you're traveling, always get to the airport on time, because when you don't get to the airport on time, and especially if you're going international, if you miss your flight, that's just not good. Because if you miss your flight international, a lot of the times they probably can't get you on a flight the next day. And if they can get you on a flight the next day, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. Or if you do have some kind of status with whichever airline you're traveling with, they'll get you there. But get there in time. Take care of your people at the hotel. Always be nice when customer service, but remember, save your money and take yourself to Greece because this hotel is beautiful. The view is beautiful. I'm also gonna add this to one of the hotels that I want to go to, but for $1,500, looks like I'm gonna have to save. Also, don't forget to use your safe in the hotel. You always use your safe, meaning if you're traveling out of the country, you have a passport, just use the safe, put your passport in there. Don't carry your passport with you outside because if you lose it, you pretty much are stuck in that country until they can email you, or they can not email you, they can send you a new passport. And the way things are going nowadays, a new passport will definitely take you a long time, at least a month plus. Now, let's get back to the video and let you guys enjoy it. Let me finish. Excuse me. Back to the video.
Milk, a bit of a scrub, flannels, some soap, tissues. What's that? Oh, I see. Cotton buds. Honestly, this is so white and clean, I don't want to get it dirty. Underneath we've got some towels, a hairdryer and a scale. I love how that is lit up at the bottom. And in here we've got your wardrobe space. I get a free bag, I've got a safe, and obviously if I want to do any dry cleaning, I've got my robes, and of course complimentary slippers. What's in the other one? And there's an iron, and obviously that's where I'd hang my clothes. Honestly though, the bathroom is so huge. This area, which is absolutely massive, honestly, I can do that in it. This is the toilet. It's just such a big room for a toilet. It's going to feel really weird sitting on the loo just here and then looking out to this massive room. I love this light though. And then we go through to the shower. And this is impressive because there are 2 showers in here. Again, this room is just huge. I mean, you could fit quite comfortably about 10 people, if not more, in this shower. As I'm on my own, it's going to be, which shower do I choose? 2 massive rainfall showers, and there's loads of headroom in here as well. Because listen to the echo. I know you get some echoes in some bathrooms, but this is ridiculous. Very simplified though. You can turn on that, or you can turn on the rainfall shower. Does it sound even weird if I shut the door? Echo! That sounds so weird. You can really have a good old sing in the shower here. No, I'm not going to. And we've got shampoo, conditioner, body gel, and a body scrub as well. Ow! Yeah, that curves around, and because it's so white, you can't see how low the wall is there, but I just hit my head on that. So this is how you tell them whether you want the room cleaned or not. You put it on the outside. Right, let's go into the heat and check out the pool. Let's get in. I know, the hat doesn't suit me, does it? But I'm in my own pool. In fact, if I wanted to, because it's so secluded, I could actually get naked. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. Look at the view. It feels so weird, just having a pool in my hotel room. Oh, by the way, this is not wine or ouzo, it's just water. So I've just realised this is also a jacuzzi pool. Look at the bubbles. I wonder if there's any lights in here for nighttime. So let's check out the facilities. Obviously it's quite small. Look at the view. Down here is the spa. You can go and get a massage in there. I did try to book, but the hotel is pretty full. I'm only staying one night, and well, they don't do foot massages, reflexology, so I had to give that a miss. But it does look pretty nice. There's some steam rooms in there too. Now this hotel boasts 2 infinity pools, one of which is just here, and I have got my own sunbed, which is just down there. I'll show you in just a second. And then this is the main kind of restaurant area. The pool. Thank you. And this is the infinity pool. And just here is my private little sunbed area, complete randomly with a mirror. Nice comfy sunbeds though. An outside fan. It's not really doing much, but I can control it from here. Speed it up a little bit. There's a couple of speakers as well blaring out some music. So with these sunbeds I do get an ice bucket, branded glass, and some water on ice. No champagne. That is of course, no champagne of course, that is extra. The cocktails on here starting at around about 26 euros. Is there champagne? Let's have a look. There must be, I can't see any. Ah yes, there is champagne. 180 euros, 230 or 196 euros. They do it by the glass, I think. Okay, let's get in then, see what it's like. Nice and shallow here for the sunbeds, obviously it goes a bit deeper. Look at that. Now, when I stayed at the Burj Al Arab, beyond the infinity wall, it looked really gross and horrible, but this stays pretty clean, smooth. Look at that, as it should be, because if you see rusty railings and stuff like that, it never looks that great, does it? Well, I haven't been into many infinity pools, but as infinity pools go, this has got to be up there. And it's lunchtime right now, so that's why it's not crowded. And I do have my own sunbed and 2 sunbeds in the water, which they're a little bit uncomfortable, but I tell you what, it cools you down though. Stay here forever. I can't afford it though. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of couples here, which makes me feel a little bit lonely. Now, as hotels go on the island of Santorini, probably some of the most expensive are in this location of Ia. It's a very small kind of strip where a lot of the boutique hotels are. You can be spending quite a lot of money per night. By the way, if you are liking the video, I would really love it if you could hit that thumbs up. It helps me out. And did you know that only 75% of you who watch the videos are actually subscribed? So if you see that red button down there, or might be a different colour, make sure you hit it. It would help me out. It's got these steps. So yeah, there's 3 sunbeds here and spots for 3 couples, so I've been very lucky to get one at the end. There's a reason why I'm quite lucky, it's because all the other sunbeds have been taken up, which are up here. But this is the pool, and for some reason I don't see many people going in the pool. Don't know why. Kind of like that it kind of goes into the cave a little bit there, and I think that's a jacuzzi. So nice. So from where the pool is, there's like a shower room here, and then you get to go through the caves, which is pretty amazing. And there's almost like an art gallery through here with loads of little bits of art that you can actually buy. But yeah, this just obviously, if you didn't realise, a reminder that it's all in caves. So if you're a bit of a VIP, you could have lunch here, complete with a chandelier. Look at the view you get. Some seating out here. They've got a bar as well, but you get drinks brought to you at the sunbeds. Now of course you do get an amazing sunset here, which hopefully will be good tonight, so I can enjoy dinner, which is actually served up here as well. And what they do is they take all the sunbeds away and put tables down. There does seem to be one problem with this hotel, and then there are loads of these little bugs around. There's like loads all over the white there, and they're attracted to white, which is not great because the hotel is pretty much all white. But yeah, it's Greece, you do get problems like that. Before you ask, no, they're not bed bugs. So for lunch, I've decided to go for a Greek salad. Some bread, feta cheese, tomatoes, cucumbers. There's even some olives in there. No wine though, although I should have asked for a glass of wine, that would have been nice. I love feta cheese though, it's so good. So sunset happened about 5 minutes ago. I've got reservations for 8:30, and I have asked to get a sunset view table. And I guess they're all sunset view, but we'll see what this looks like. You can see all the boats there coming back from the sunset cruises.
Of course. Yes, please. Thank you.
Wow, it looks a lot different at night, doesn't it?
Looks good.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Lemon is still with very long aftertaste from Argyros estate could be, or 34, which I suggest.
Denis Karamolegos Winery, 34th century in the island, is the Assyrtiko wine. This one is 2021.
Lovely. So this is a local white wine. £18. Get to try it first. Wow, they don't top it up much for 18 euros, do they? This is a very, very small glass of expensive white wine. It is nice though. So I did check how much it was here. I think you might be shocked at the price of the food. First of all, there are a couple of tasting menus that I can do. The first of which is 190 euros, and then the other one is also 190 euros. And with that, you get some amazing local cuisine, like here, Santorini salad, calamari, lobster, and a nice dessert. I might just go for a main, but the mains start at the cheapest at 45 euros for pork. What a romantic setting. Unfortunately, it's just me. So from here, I can see theatre, and then of course Ear, which is obviously where I'm at. So I haven't gone for the tasting menu, but I've got this as a starter. Wow, look at this. I know that's beetroot. That's, I think, crab or seafood. And I completely miss what that is. Obviously I just use my hands. I guess it's all in. I think it's all seafood. Wow, that's nice. I'm not sure about this though. Can't say I like beetroot. I'll give it a try. So that's a beetroot cone. There's beetroot inside. That was complimentary as well. Cheers. So even though I haven't gone for the tasting menu, what they're serving me already is pretty special. This is just the bread. They've gave me some local olive oil with a little bit of salt in there, some butter, and then this bread that's warm. Ooh, lovely. I don't know how well you can see it because of the light, unfortunately. A little bit of butter. Dip it in the olive oil. Anyway. Really nice. Don't know how well the camera picks it up, but I love that the stones there are all backlit by lights. That looks pretty good. So the main has been served. Lobster in ravioli, and we also get the lobster claw served on a tomato brioche bun with some caviar. Some more caviar in there as well. Wow, this looks incredible. I didn't get a chance to film it, but the staff actually, one waiter brings you this, then the other waitress brings you this and tells you exactly what you're getting. It's all done very beautifully. Let's try the lobster. I've only had lobster once in my life, so I wonder if it's exactly the same. A bit more chewy, this one, but if you've never had lobster before, it's fishy, but it's also sweet, if that makes sense. The ravioli's got leek and something else in it. Let's try the lobster claw on a brioche bun. Wow. And the lobster claw is always a lot softer. That's really nice. Yeah, I'm not having the tasting menu, but this is given to you free. It's a pre-dessert. It's basically a sorbet and some lemon mousse. The idea is it refreshes your palate, ready for the main dessert. Ooh, do you know what it tastes like? Eating a mojito, the drink. There's lemon, there's mint in there. Very nice.
The sweet bread.
Okay.
We add on the top the cream. And we do a flambé with a dark crumb. And we serve it on the side with the combote exotic fruits. And we will add also the homemade ice cream with vanilla, cardamom.
you.
Also, the rest of the tipsy cake. Please enjoy.
Thank you. So this is the tipsy cake, which is all homemade. There's a little bit of pineapple in there and homemade vanilla ice cream. Let's check it out. The only thing I can relate it to is a bread pudding, similar to a bread pudding. I've actually lit it on fire in front of me. It was a really nice touch, actually. More than just a meal, it's like an experience. Wow, this homemade ice cream is lovely. Wow, it's the restaurant that keeps giving. So after my dessert, as a treat, I give you these 3 little sweets. That's got ouzo in it, I believe. That's salted caramel, and that's got something like a biscuit. Trying the ouzo chocolate ball. Wow, definitely ouzo in there. And these are all done from the pastry chef here. Well, back at the room, dinner was amazing. Honestly, I've never had that kind of service experience ever in a restaurant. The way they served it was so elegant. They gave all the information of all the food, even though I forgot most of it as soon as they said it. So let's break down the price of the food. The water was €9. I had 2 glasses of wine, which came to €36. The lobster came to €80, and the tipsy dessert came to €50. A grand total of €175 for dinner. Don't think I'll probably do that again. And to be honest, and yes, I tried the lobster again, only the 2nd time in my life, and I think it's a little bit overhyped, to be honest. It wasn't that great. I thought it was a little bit chewy, a bit like calamari. Sorry for all those lobster fans out there, although the lobster claws were a little bit softer, but that lobster that I had was quite chewy. Anyway, with my wallet empty and my belly full, I'm going to get to bed. I'll see you in the morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. So let's go and get breakfast. So for breakfast I get almost like a starter, a range of pastries and breads, look at that, and a range of marmalades and butter. Also choice of juice, there's about 5 different juices to choose. I chose the orange juice and a water. And for mains I think I'm going to go for the eggs. So even breakfast was quite an experience. There was a whole plethora to choose from on the menu, but I went for the basic eggs and hash browns option. So that was the Canavas Ear Suites. It was an amazing stay. The staff was so brilliant. They all knew me by name, not because of YouTube, but they did that to every single customer, which I thought was a really nice touch. How they remember everybody, I don't know. There's only about 50 rooms, so that's probably why, but you still got to remember a lot of people's names. The swimming pools were totally amazing. Not many people using them actually, which is quite surprising. So let's start with the rooms. Most of them are in the original cave houses that used to be here. Mine, of course, was a pool suite. It was very nice. Ultra clean. I was scared to get anything too dirty. The bed was really comfortable. The shower was definitely an experience, and the echo in there, I was singing all night long. Last night's meal was probably one of the tastiest I've ever had, and probably one of the most expensive, but I don't think actually I'd go for lobster again. I wasn't overly that fussed about it, to be honest. And this hotel and some of the other cave hotels are actually a tourist attraction here in Santorini. People come in to have their photos taken and then go back out. So I feel very blessed to have been able to stay here. So how much did I pay to stay here for the night, which does include breakfast? €1,500. I think it was €1,509. Added with the tax that you have to pay when you come per night, which is €4, but that's next to nothing. Do you think it warrants the price? It's lovely. However, I think it's crazy to pay that kind of money for a room, especially when you can only check in from 3, but obviously you can get to the property like at midday or 11 o'clock if you wanted to and enjoy the facilities, which you need to do, because if you don't get here till 3, you have to try and cram everything in as quickly as possible. It's almost like you have to see everything and eat everything and experience everything like super fast, so you can get the most out of it when you're paying that much for a room. Is it worth it? Do tell me in the comments. Please make sure you do give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.